everybody, it's Connie with SimplySimpleStamping.com. Hey, I've got a really fantastic project for you today. You know, Christmas coming up, it's right around the corner. Are you looking for some stocking stuffers? You know what, that is probably the hardest part of Christmas for me. I can deal with all the Christmas gifts, those stockings get me every single time. So I've got a really fun little Christmas cracker here for you. What I love about this project is you're going to be able to make two out of one 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock and one 6 by 6 piece of designer series paper. So it's economical, it's fast because I'm going to show you how to do all the cutting and scoring really quickly. And you know what? This is one of those little projects when it goes inside the stocking, it's going to take up some space and we want that, right? Okay, let's get going with the project today. All right, so let's get started with how we're going to create the two Christmas crackers. It's very simple, guys. We're going to use a 6 by 6 piece of designer series paper. I actually chose the Merry Moments designer series paper stack, but if you have the full-size sheets, the 12 by 12, you can do that too. Just cut it down to 6 by 6. And then I have a piece of 8.5 by 11 Crumb Cake. Of course, use whatever color you want, but I loved the crumb cake that was in that paper, so I'm going for it. Let's go ahead and start to work on prepping our cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to use my Stampin' Trimmer, but you can also use your Simply Scored. But we are going to want to make sure that we take the cutting blade on our paper trimmer, move that out of the way. We don't want it right now. Let's use the cutting blade. That's the light one. Okay, here we go. I've got the 8.5 inch side up here at the top. Guys, we are going to score at 1 inch, 1.5, and 2 inches. I've rotated the cardstock around and we're going to do that on the opposite side. So we have 1, 1.5, and 1, let me try that again. 1, 1.5, and 2, 1, 1.5, and 2. Now let's go ahead and work on the 11 inch side. We're going to score at 1.25 inches, 2.5 inches, 3 3/4 inches, and 5 inches. Just as we did before, we're going to rotate it around and we're going to repeat those same measurements. 1.25, 2.5, 3 3/4, and 5 inches. And now all of our scoring is done for 2 of the Christmas crackers. Now while we've got our cutting board, our paper trimmer out, we're going to cut this cardstock in half, 11 inch side. Let's cut it at half at 5.5 inches. I can now bring in my cutter blade. There we go. I now have 2 Christmas crackers ready to go. Now we're going to do the cutting that we need to do on our designer series paper. As I said, this is a 6 by 6. Guys, we're going to cut it down to 4 1/8 inches. Save this, we're going to use it. So there's my 4 1/8. Let's turn it around. And in order to get 2 of these out of 1 piece of the designer series paper, we have to cut it a little odd. We're going to go 7/8. Don't hate me. You guys know I'm not a big fan of doing anything in 7/8. But we're going to cut all of these down to 4 1/8 by 7/8. When I have all of these cut, I can then come in and we'll trim this one down to 4 1/8, like so. That is actually going to be scrap, and then we'll cut these down to 7/8 as well. All right, so I should have 8 of the 4 1/8 by 7/8, and then I'm going to have these 2 pieces left over, and sadly they are just going to go away because we don't need them. So we'll take these, set these off to the side. We're now going to come in with the Christmas cracker itself and a bone folder, and we're just going to kind of accordion fold these 3 score lines that are here on the end. Whoops, I did that wrong. Well, it's a good thing I can fix anything, right? We'll just do that back the opposite way. Hey, it happens, right? So there we go, our little accordion fold. It should look like that. So we have a mountain there in the middle. And now we can come and we're going to give our other score lines a good harsh crease. All right, I've got everything nice and creased. We're now going to bring in the envelope punch board. This is what's going to make our lives so easy. So what we're going to do, we've got the 8.5 inch side up here. I'm going to take, it doesn't matter which end we start with, but I'm going to fold down that tab. Let me flip it over so that you can see. We've got that folded down. Guys, very simple. Line it up at the 1.5 inch mark. right there. And we're going to give that a punch. It's a little tough because we're going through 2 layers. And then we're going to fold down the next one, line it up at the 1.5 inch mark, and punch. Fold it down again. You see where we're going. We're going to go all the way down to the end of our Christmas cracker. When you get to the end, we do need to get one more punch right here. And so it's going to look like that. So you can see these ends can come together, but we do need that hole that's going to be all the way through. Okay, guys, we're now going to repeat this. We're going to bring this over to the other side. Same thing, 1.5 inches all the way down. All right, you can see we've got it all done. It's all ready to go. Now you worked hard, you worked up those muscles. I think you deserve a piece of chocolate, so you can go enjoy that now. All right, let's go ahead and adhere our designer series paper. Guys, we're just gonna do that with some snail adhesive, and you're gonna put those here on the 4 panels. You can, of course, repeat this with the other one that you've been working on. We're gonna go ahead and do that, then we can put it together. All right, so let's just get our last one on here, just like so. All right, there we go. Now, we are gonna come in with some fast fuse adhesive right here. Fast fuse or tear and tape, whichever one makes you happy. I thought today I'd use some tear and tape because I don't use it too much. I love it, but it's just one of those, I really love fast fuse more. But I thought, hey, for those of you that aren't fans of the fast fuse, let me show you how to do this with some tear and tape. You can see I've got my silicone mat underneath me because look at that. There's tear and tape sticking through. I would not want that to attach to my silicone or to my paper underneath, so I just want it on the silicone mat. And it's called tear and tape for a reason because you can just tear it. Okay, so we can now go ahead. We're going to peel this off. Don't worry, we're going to remove this tape that's right in there because we don't want that. And guys, I'm just simply going to kind of push it out of the way. Don't worry, we're easily going to be able to take care of that, but we're going to kind of get it out of the way for us. Okay, check it out. Folding this over, I can now fold this piece right on top. It just lays perfectly. Isn't that awesome? Now, there's that darn tear and tape in there. I'm not going to worry about it, and let me tell you why. Because this is where the magic happens. Boom. It's going to go together. You just push it together. It's not going to show, and we're actually going to have some baker's twine in there to kind of make it look real pretty, so not to worry. We're not even going to mess with it, guys. Very simple. All right. Now, we're going to come in with the baker's twine. I've got 10 inches, 2 pieces that are 10 inches long. You can usually easily see your seam area there, and I want that at the bottom because I don't want that to show. So I've got that there at the bottom. I can press that together. Is that easy or what? Now I'm just gonna tie this in a bow here on the side. Right now I'm just gonna do one because, you know, hey, still gotta fill it with something yummy. And so I'm going to get one side tied, and then we're going to add a great little tag to it. I decided to use the Lots of Joy stamp set. That Merry Christmas was just so retro and fun, and it kind of goes with the retro feel of the Christmas crackers. And so let me show you what I did. I stamped that in Mossy Meadow, and I added a couple of the Home for Christmas enamel dots. Very fun. Punched that out with a the large oval punch, and then you can see here I have 2 of the red glimmer paper. These are out of the decorative label punch, and I'm going to adhere them together like this, kind of to make a great big thing. And to do that, we are going to come back in with the tear and tape or with the fast fuse, because this is just one of those projects or one of those mediums that you're going to work with that you really need it to stick together. It wants to be stubborn. So I'm going to take a couple pieces here. Again, as I said, it's called tear and tape for a reason. I don't even have to get out scissors. So give that a really good push on there. We can peel this off, and then we can stick this down on top of it. All right, give that a good press. It's all ready to go. I now have some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of my sentiment here. Let's just add that to the center. The dimensionals, again, they're for a reason because they do have really good sticking power. So there's my tag. Now let's go ahead and tie up the Christmas cracker. I've got 20 inches of that cherry cobbler baker's twine. I just folded it in half, And we are simply going to tie it. I can now come in and trim this down. Just keeping it kind of together makes it a little bit easier to work with, so I like that. So we've got that done. I'm now going to come in with a little bit more the tear and tape. Again, it's out, might as well use it. And I'm going to give myself just a little, oh, what is that, about a ½ an inch right here. And we can tear that tear and tape off, and we can use that as a little tag. So our Christmas cracker will look like this. Now you're going, Connie, you missed a spot. Yes, I did, because I still need to fill it with some yummies. Now, guys, I thought, you know, for my daughter being away at college and having to pay what she has to pay to do laundry, as you can imagine, I'm going to put a roll of quarters. I think that's going to fit. A roll of quarters is going to fit in there nicely, and I know she can use that. For Jenny, it's probably going to end up being some chocolate. So we'll get that filled up. I can put my last little bow here on the end when I'm all done. And guys, who couldn't use a nice big stocking stuffer? We love to fill the stockings, but yeah, it's true. We kind of want to keep those stocking stuffers a little on the big side so you don't have to put as much into it. Tell me I'm not the only one who had a mom who put an apple and an orange in the bottom of the stocking. Always had an apple and an orange, and I never knew why, but you know what? I get it now that I'm a mom. You're just trying to fill up space. So there we go, guys. That is your very fun and a simple way that you're going to be able to make 2 of those Christmas crackers. Well, now that we have it all done, I have to show you where the magic happens. Let me show you what happens when this gets torn open. Are you ready? Tear. What? Yes, chocolate comes flying out. What's not to love? You can fit about 6 Hershey Nuggets in here. As I said, you can also put all kinds of different candies in here, but I wanted you to see what it looks like when it gets ripped open. So fun. Isn't it a great project? I absolutely love this one. I hope you do too. Guys, this is one of those that's going to be a must-have for this season. I'm telling you, you're going to want to make these up in advance. What's great with these is they actually lay flat until you're ready to use them, so they're not going to take up much space. And, you know, of course, we're saving you some time as well, and money, because we're making it all with just the one sheet of cardstock, and we're doing all the scoring at one time. So really fantastic project. Now, if you need any of the supplies to create the Christmas cracker, you can find it at one place, simplysimplestamping.com. I've got an online order button in the top upper corner. You can just click on it and get the things that you need. Now, if you're not sure what you need, I'm going to have a complete supply list of everything that I used, and you can just click on a picture and it's going to take you right to the online store so you can order as well. Just trying to make it easy this holiday season. I know how crazy it is. So guys, thanks so much for being a part of the video today. I hope you like it. Merry Christmas. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.